And welcome back here at 928. It is a brave new world out there, and everything from standing in a grocery checkout line to choosing a table at a restaurant has changed. Even being friendly and petting a neighbor's dog is now coming under scrutiny. Sharon Schweitzer is an expert on etiquette and how it all applies to a global pandemic. Sharon, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I guess I really didn't even think a whole lot about how I'm behaving in public, how we're interacting with people. You still have to think about etiquette even if we have to socially distance, right? Can you hear me, Sharon, there?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, it's changing, Tim, and it's changing daily, sometimes hourly. So it's tough to keep up with. And one of the most unusual things that we're having to deal with is here in the U.S., we are an arm's length transaction society, whether it's social or business. And now that we are getting to go out more, we are having to remember that we have to be 6 feet from other people, 6 feet or 2 meters. And that's going to be a big change because we're in the habit of greeting people with a handshake.
Yeah, we're seeing on the screen here some of your advice here. You know, asking for space, things like that. I mean, it's okay to ask what people's personal rules are, right?
Yes, it is. And we're also very direct in the U.S. So it's fine to say to people, hey, I'm following the social distancing rules and I need a little more space here. So please don't be offended, but I'm going to back up or I'm going to ask you to back up.
Yeah, I've thought about that too, especially with people I know. Maybe you're starting to interact more outside your own immediate family, but I would almost feel a little bit, I shouldn't tell them that. I shouldn't tell them I need that extra space, but you're saying go ahead, it's perfectly fine.
Yes, it is. It's perfectly fine to do it as long as you do it with some warmth in your voice, maybe a little smile in your eyes, especially if you're wearing a mask, because they can't see that smile behind the mask. And you want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that doesn't sound threatening, like you're going to invade their space or you're going to push them. So what you want to do is just make sure that you are not creating something awkward, but you're doing it in a way that lets them know that, hey, you're just following the social distancing and you're doing it because you're doing it for safety. And you can do that in a way that lets them know that you're doing it for the safety of everyone. And that's all about is our health and safety.
And Sharon, we are so used to handshakes, maybe high fives, hugs, things like that. Are all three of those out of the question now?
Yes, those are out of the question, and you really can't get within 6 feet of someone and do an elbow either. So the best thing you can do is let people know, ordinarily I would shake your hand, but right now I can't do that. And so don't even put your hand out. You can put your hand over your heart if you like, or put one hand over so that you know that you should be shaking hands, but you just can't do it right now. And that puts everybody at ease. And what you're trying to do is avoid the awkwardness. And that's the best thing you can do is just put it right out there in the open like the elephant in the room and get it over with.
Yeah, that's for sure. And when wearing masks, I'm sure, too, you might be judged if you don't have one on, right?
Yes, you're probably going to get judged if you don't want to have one on, but keep in mind that some people can't wear a mask if they have a respiratory illness, if they have COPD, if they have asthma, or possibly claustrophobia. So it's best not to say anything to someone who doesn't have a mask on. And if you're uncomfortable about that, steer clear. Maybe go around them or try to avoid their space.
All right. Great advice there from etiquette expert Sharon Schweitzer. Thank you so much, Sharon, for joining us and filling us in on what we might not be doing right. So thanks so much. We'll take those tips with us. Well, we are all trying to be socially appropriate while we're wearing masks, and so